Hey, what's going on then guys, and welcome to a little bit of Oxygen Not Included. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but it's basically a game that's, I think it's in alpha at the minute. It's an early access on Steam, and basically you have these 3 guys to start with and you make your own colony and stuff, and it's a really good game, and I just thought I'd play it. I've played a little bit of it. I didn't do very well. My settlement died in like 4 or 3 in-game days, so I didn't do too well. So let's quickly just have a look. Okay, so Mildred has 0 lots of stuff. Wish my dog would shut up. She can cook quite quickly. She can dig quickly, and she has pretty good medicine. Mole hands. So she can dig really well, but she has an unshakable fear of kittens, and she cannot perform job cook. But she's good at cooking, so that's a little bit pointless. So let's reshuffle her. He's got 6 tinkering. What does tinkering do? Determines the duplicant's efficiency when operating machines. So that's pretty good. So hardy immune system repels most colds, but can't fight. That doesn't look too bad. It's got 1 on a lot of stuff. So immune system repels most illnesses. That's fine. So let's have a look at, I don't even know, but let's name him Gary, because why not? And then 7 athletics, 2 creativity, 6 medicine, light on his feet, but has a small bladder. That's not too bad. Let's keep him. Let's call him Bobby. And then on to the last guy, Jack. He's got good at learning. He's an early bird who wakes up early, but not that good. Ooh, learning and strength, iron gut, can eat just about anything without getting sick, cannot fight. So the only guy I have at combat at the minute is Bobby. Let's change his name to Harry, I think. And then this, our colony, don't want it to be called that. So let's call our colony. Okay, so let's call our colony, put a high end, just because I can't really think of anything, so that will do. So now let's get started. So here we are, here's our 3 little guys. So your creatures are broken miles beneath the surface of an unfamiliar terrestrial body. Oddly, they have no recollection of how they got there. It might be best to start digging. So yep, this first pause thing I want to see, so space to pause and play, and tab to speed it up. Yep, I know the basic controls. Don't need you. So first, this is what we need. We're going to need a lot of algae for oxygen production. Is there any water nearby? Okay, so there's water down over here. So I think first it'll probably be best if we dig over towards the water, because we're going to need that for food production. And then you can set them to start digging down here, I think, because it looks like there's quite a big chunk of algae here. So we'll dig all that out, and then down here we can put like a toilet and everything. Oh, actually there's water down here as well. We can start off with that water there, and I think after that I think we could come down here eventually, because there's plants and stuff down here. So let's get them to dig to like there, I think. And then if we go to base, yeah, let's get it to play, take off pause. Once we have the materials, I'll put some ladders down here. So what we need, raw mineral. Okay, so now we can have some ladders. So I think if we chuck some ladders down there, that'll make that look a bit better. So then let's speed this up completely. And then let's also start putting ladders down here. How do I cancel? There, cancel that bottom one there. Okay then, so all the digging, everything's going. They've got their ration box here. I think down here is where I will put a, what's it called? The not the carts, the outhouse. And then if we put some storage compactors here, they'll chuck all of the materials they get into storage compactors. So it'll make it look less messy. Get rid of them because I already know, sort of. Good enough anyway. So then I'm still getting used to like what everything does and stuff. So I think if we, what does map do? Oh, not map. Duh. I'm an idiot. Overlays. Oxygen overlay. So far everywhere's pretty good of oxygen other than this bit up here, which is unbreathable, and they're a little bit unbreathable down here where they're using up the oxygen currently. So we also have electricity, temperature, light, liquid pumping, which we don't need to worry about at the minute, decor overlay and that. So jobs, they're all digging, vitals, they're all pretty full. They haven't eaten anything else there, and their stress is nothing, which is good. So they're still digging along. So down here we will have the outhouse. Now, how to put this? I think if we put outhouse there, then we can also have a storage compactor there for them to put their waste in. And then we've got, oh, it's filling up with water. Oops. May have messed up. So we are going to have to mop all this up, I think. Right. So since that's all messing up, I need some copper to build that. Oxalite, that creates oxygen, so it'd be good to dig up here. So any copper. Okay, so it's now night time. There's a little weird thing there. So that'll mean that people have to fight, which some of my people don't like fighting. Right, so we have some raw copper here. So I think if we dig out like these, if we dig out these bits of copper here, we can then get down to making other stuff, electricity. So in here is oxygen isn't very good, so let's not dig all the way in. Let's dig all the way across here. Just dig out all that. No, I don't want to dig up the plants though, which is the only thing. Right, let's pause a second and have a look, because we're gonna need some more copper. Don't need to harvest. So there's more copper? There's coal down here. There's more copper down here, but it's all underneath water. It's bad enough. This basically the water's basically coming in and flooding down here anyway, which is why we need the power so we can make food that uses the water. So digging out a bit of copper here. We got obsidian and granite there, and more copper here. But I don't want to break into this chamber yet because it's not very breathable. So I think if I dig straight down here, because there's more copper here, I can come in here. But the thing is, it's a vacuum in this. It's also unbreathable. So I think the quicker we get the algae pumps and stuff up here, the better. So for now we will put ladders going down here, and then we will get them to dig out as much of it down here as they can. And then from there we need to make all of the electricity stuff and everything. So let's keep them moving. What's wrong with this? Storage not allocated. Storage not allocated. So in there, let's just store all. In there, store all. And then in here, not raw metal. I don't think it's under raw minerals. It might be organic. I'm not sure. I think it'll be classed as organic or filtration medium. Well, we might as well have everything stored down here as well. So, okay, at the minute we have 1,632 raw metal, a crap ton of raw mineral, crap ton of liquid, cultivated soil quite a bit, 22,000 calories edible, 3 seeds, and enough other stuff. So they're all going to be digging down here. The only thing it's going to be unbreathable down here, so we need to get the algae stuff sorted. But now we're getting some copper, we can start building electrical stuff. So we can put a manual generator there, put a battery there next to it, and then connect them up. And then I am going to want to making a mess of this now. Turn that off. Cancel all of these. Oh no, I don't mean to cancel those ladders. Just keep bringing the ladders down. Oh, I'm messing this up so bad. So cancel that. So we want to dig out all that. And then back to power. Let's just bring the electrical wires straight down here, because basically we're going to want an auction thing down there. And then what else can we have up here? We're probably going to want... We're getting pretty good auction up here, and if we can break into here where the oxalite is, we'll get loads more auction flowing coming down. But I think we're going to want an algae thing there, and then when they get further down there, I'll put an algae thing down here as well to produce a little bit more oxygen. Then for now, we're going to want to build a micro masher to make food, and then stations, we're going to want a research station, which I'll chuck over here, and to power that, put more electrical wire. We have a little weird thing here. Attack it, attack it. We need it dead. Attack it. Come on, Bobby, kill it. What's 5% of my guys saying? Stress is still 0, that's good. Fullness 52%, but they have plenty of food in the ration box. And they seem to have broken into here, even though I'm pretty sure... Oh no, it's just the oxalite decaying. So we're getting quite a bit of oxygen coming in there. So the only thing is, down here is unbreathable. So they've got to hold their breath when they're going down here. Down here isn't too bad. Let's cancel these moppings there. So it's just down here, down this ladder here, it's a bit unbreathable, so we're waiting for the oxygen to fall down here. There's oxygen in there, but it's right underneath water. With little pockets of oxygen there. There's chlorine there, which you don't want to get chlorine. Just got to hope none of these guys die is the only thing. And it's under medicine. So we can get a medical cart, accelerates regeneration. So I think if we get one of them, if one of the guys get injured or they start taking damage for whatever reason, then it'll mean that they can then go there and get healed. So now we have the food machine up here. Let's make some of these. I'll just put it on, just keep creating for now. And I think research, I think for research I might do farming first, because we can get an algae terrarium which allows us to recycle carbon dioxide into small amounts of oxygen. So I think really that would be the best to get first, and then probably liquid piping next. So we close that, novice research, turn that to that, because it means now they use that on doing the research. How are we doing for the next guy? Day hands, grab me so back. Oh, that's something I forgot to do. I've got to build their cots. Now where to build them? Because down here it's all electrical, so I think if I just build a ladder up here, because they've got the oxalite up here, that's pretty good oxygen, then let's build 1, 2. I'm going to dig that out a bit. There's 2 cots anyway. So I'm going to want to dig this out, get some more algae from this as well. So let's let that go from there and let them work. Pretty much. No, let's keep an eye on their vitals. Their vitals look alright. Oxygen levels aren't looking too bad. It's all breathable around here. It's breathable up there. Very breathable is light. So it's very breathable around here, which is good. It's just unbreathable down here, which is an annoying thing. So I'm gonna need to get a algae thing down here as soon as possible. So if I oxygen, if I set that up and I just like chuck one there, and then we can run the wires all the way to here, which means I'll connect that with that. So then all that will be powered. So there's a couple guys here lying on the floor, even though I've got like cots building, and there's another little monster there. So set them to attack there. And because those two are scaredy cats, it means Bobby has to do all the attacking. So kill that thing. Well done. And we also get some meat. Meat count 2,000 calories. Nice. They should hopefully store that in the ration box. So infinite, insufficient oxygen generation. Okay. 2 skill increases. We have a new person. So let's see. So we can have this guy who's a miner. He's got mole hands, iron gut, but he is a biohazard. All vitamin C in space can't stop, so he gets sick really easily. And he's flatulence. Not the best. This one's a chef. He's got diver's lungs, so he consumes less oxygen, but he needs to go to the toilet more. And this guy, who can't cook, but he's really good at digging. Ooh, I think I'll go for that guy, mainly for the digging and construction. Because with that guy, it means to speed dig everything. And I mean that they're just going to gather water to chuck into the food machine. So I've got some mush bars there. I've got these storage things. How are they doing? 0 out of 2000, 0 out of 2000, and 0 out of 2000. So it's all the stuff along here, but they're not bothering to store it. And this is now, water's now flowing down into here again. They need to hurry up and use all the water up. And then you've got all these mush bars that need to go up here in the ration box. So by the looks of it, they're dropping off the bowl of water, and they're also picking up the mush bar and taking them up there, which isn't too bad. So we have 2% stress. That's not too bad. 27,000 calories available. That's pretty good. And they can't reach that there, so let's just cancel that, I think. And then they're slowly building up here to all the rest of that oxygen. It's just this, it's flooding into here a little bit, which is the only little annoying thing. And then down there it's not looking too bad. So research is going, the food's going, everything's going. They're too busy working on the research and the food that they're not doing anything else. So let's stop them. Stop making that. And I think we've got enough food for the minute, so you can stop making the food. So then just get on with everything else, I think, for now. Because if we get all that done, we can get oxygen generation sorted. So you are creating oxygen, yes, using 500 grams of algae, or whatever that is. So we still need to get more algae, which is a little bit up here, which I want them to come up and dig when they can. Then other than that, when the farming's done, we will have the oxygen. So actually, I better keep that going. That's on 7 out of 20, so that's almost done, sort of. Still got quite a lot left to do. These guys are trying to catch their breath because it's unbreathable down here. So and it's now night time. I need them to get up here though. And there's a little monster up there. So if we increase the priority of these, and then these, then they should go and prioritise them. and then you can set him to be attacked. So now we are now on day 5. So everything's going right. He's digging away. He's made the thing. It's no power, so we need to wait for them to finish the rest of these ladders and connect the pipes up. Not the pipes, the electrical wires. There's a bottle of water up here. It's just been dropped. Down here is still filling up with water. I don't really think I can stop that anyway, to be honest. So we'll just have to leave it like that, and they will then put water into the microbe musher to make the food, which there's a microbe bar there. Well, wait, what? There's 7 there. Why are they not chucking up in the ration box? You should be storing everything in the ration box. Idiots. Oh well, how are they doing down here? They've now got that, they still haven't finished that, and they still got a bit more digging to do. So how's oxygen looking? It's very breathable. Down here it's still unbreathable. Down here is toxic, so because it's chlorine, so we want to keep out of there for as long as we can. There's unbreathable. That I'm guessing will be unbreathable, and over here is toxic as well. Okay, so at the minute, by the looks of it, we are doing pretty well for oxygen. We got the algae deoxidizer, or whatever it is, there creating oxygen for us. Soon they'll have this algae one down here, so that'll be useful. Come on, Casper, we've nearly finished digging it. Ah, so close. So I set them to prioritise this up here, but they haven't. They made a mess. Where have they made a mess? Harry, have you made a mess? Where have you made a mess to? I can't see. So let's just mop everywhere. I don't know where they made a mess. Insufficient oxygen. Okay, your colony has produced 106.2 kilograms of oxygen today. Your duplicates have consumed 128. So we have got a bit more oxygen left to... We do need to make more oxygen, but it's not too bad. Once they actually get their breath back and get down here sorted, then everything will be fine. So no research selected. So the farming research is done. That's awesome. So next, let's get liquid piping, because then we can pipe all the liquid. Like we can put a pump in the water here and pump it straight down to the musher. So we can sort that out. So they're doing that. Insufficient oxygen, I know. Skill increase. Who's increased now? Hard work. Casper's digging is now at 1. See, they're not doing too bad down here. They've still got a lot to dig out, but it's not doing too bad. So we can now make compost. Contaminated dirt break down to fertilizer. That'll be useful. We have an algae terrarium. So what does that do? So it requires 30 algae and 300 water. Recycles carbon dioxide and a small amount of oxygen. Okay, so that's not too bad. If we put one of these down here somewhere as well. Right, I think if I get them to dig away that little chunk there, and if we can prioritise that. No, we'll prioritise it to 9. So do that first. And then prioritise this up here to 9 because they need their beds and everything. And to prioritise all of that. And then they're all coming up here to eat more mush. There's no power because there's no one working on the generator. So I need to get them to work on the generator, but they're all prioritising with everything else first. So then with this here we should be able to put an algae terrarium there. So we then put that up to 9. And then that all should be fine. So you should be up here doing this, but taking the time. So do you need to be... I think it needs to be cleaned and emptied, so clean that. And then, what's under? We now have a planter box, we can put that down. Where was the compost? There we go. It's under there. So if we put a compost heap there, it means they can chuck their waste into there. We still have the medical bed, supercomputer and everything. So everything's looking fine. And I've lasted a lot longer than I did in the first one that I started on my own, just to have a little look. And our oxygen is doing really well up here. We have the terrarium here, which needs waiting for delivery on that. And then when everything's delivered here, this will then produce oxygen. So just finishing off delivering everything. They still haven't come up here to do this yet, and I've prioritised all that, but they're not doing it. You guys need to build up here. Build up there and do it. Maybe they can't get to it. Unreachable. Right. I think if I get them to build... Let's build them... We build a ration box there. So we build 2 ration boxes there. We can then deconstruct that and put more ladders there. So then they should be able to climb up there. But the only thing is they need to hurry up and build that. And I think these little weird things are coming out of all the dirt, but they need to die. And everyone's sleeping, but once we've got up here all cleared out, we can then use that for beds. Oh, hiccup. And we now have a new duplicate as well. I think I'm going to wait before I get the new duplicate, mainly because we need a bit more oxygen. So that's using algae and oxygen. Okay, then the only thing is we're going to need to gather more algae, which is like, there's not much around. I know there's a bit, I think there's a bit down here that I'm getting them to mine. So it's producing oxygen, but it's only producing a little bit, so it's not enough to fill the area up. So we are going to need more algae, and there's some algae up here, some there. It's all just spread out, so we're going to need to dig a hell of a lot. Okay, is there any other better ways? Was that... So those 2 ways the only way you can get oxygen. So I don't really know. Let's put a planter. Let's put a planter there. Because I want to see what you can actually use planters for. But they should be coming up to do this up here first. So let's prioritise that to 9. Because then get them to do all up there. So hopefully they will now go and get all this up here sorted. Well, Harry's going to dig up some of this. And they're all going up there to dig now. So then... Really I want to keep these things, but... It'd be best to dig them up because then we can put all the beds up here, and this would be... the cot area. So we can now have 3 and 4. And then I think if you put an algae terrarium there and there, that should hopefully produce a bit more oxygen. Only thing is we still need to get more algae. What I'm really hoping is that if we put it in the... I'm hoping we can grow it in the planter, because that would be brilliant. So all that there's been dug up. They're still not storing anything in these storage compactors, which is a bit stupid, but oh well. We have quite a lot of food in there. 0 out of 150 kilograms. Well, you've got these mushy bars, so store them. Right, so can we make some lice life? Male lice compacted into dense, so we need male lice and 50 kilograms of water, which isn't that hard. So at the minute we can only keep doing this, which may cause diarrhea, which is the only problem. Oh, awesome! The liquid research has been done, so that's brilliant. So, let's go for power regulation next. And with that going, guys, I think this is probably a really good place to leave it. If you've enjoyed this, I've had quite a bit of fun playing this. It's a really interesting game, a lot to learn. It's really good, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm going to keep making videos on this, so if you can subscribe and like, and then hit the little bell next to the subscribe button to keep updated with all my new videos, and then you can keep updated to any other Oxygen Not Included gameplays that I am going to do, because it's a really good game. I'm really enjoying it. It's quite a lot to do, but yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.